I'm Jim Msumba.
And I'm Scott Klumb, and we welcome you to.
Stars Connect.
Today, we're featuring some autistic runners who recently did the Boston Marathon, and let's go ahead and bring them on in. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Hey,
thanks for having.
of course. Let's go ahead and introduce each self. So
Okay,
let's
let's
start,
start with
let's
Hannah.
start that out. Hannah. Okay.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I ran the Boston Marathon, 6 Bostons, and it would have been my 14th Boston, and I was this year's captain for the Duxley Junior Foundation team, and is and always a honor to be a part of this amazing team.
Awesome. And how about you, Eric?
Hi, my name's Eric, and I've been honored to been part of Duckley Foundation for the past 4 years, and I completed my fourth Boston Marathon and number 12 overall.
That's excellent. All right. And how about you, Mike?
Hi, I'm Mike. This was my sixth Boston Marathon with the Foodie Foundation, and this was my 10th marathon overall, and it's always an honor to run with such a great organization.
Thank you so much for being here, everybody.
Thank you for having.
Thank you for having us.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Let's just let's just dive on in since we've already brought up the Boston Marathon. How did the Boston Marathon go this year for each of you? Let's start with you, Mike.
It went unbelievable. I couldn't ask for a much better day, quite frankly. It was a hot day. I remember getting on the bus and trying to decide what I was going to have for my second breakfast, and then losing one of my bagels. Long story, but I was able to have a backup one. Um, and the rest was such a great day. I ran a personal best on a really hot day, but that's not what I'm most proud of. I'm most proud of everyone who stepped on out on the start line that day and gave it the best because it was such a hard day. Out of all of the marathons I've run, I think that was the hardest condition wise that I've been a part of, and many of my colleagues and Eric and Hannah could probably say the same thing. That was not an easy day whatsoever. So to everyone who at least got on the start line and attempted to run that race, bravo, because that was not easy.
Oh, wow. So, how did the Boston Marathon go for you?
Yeah, and I even though it was hard, I enjoyed the process. I enjoyed just being a part of such an amazing foundation as the Ducks Foundation for Autism. I mean, just having all them out there, it was just amazing.
That's great. I agree. They're pretty awesome.
They are. How
um,
about for you, Hannah?
I could say it of what Mike and Eric said. And the condition and the weather of the Boston Marathon this past hard race to conquer through the heat and humid weather. But I'm so graciously of how the team itself conquered through each of the mileage and finished hard. Um, I thought that everyone worked so hard from the beginning of training till the end of 26.2 miles because we didn't expect to have that hot condition while training through a weird winter training season. We expected low 60s, but we conquered it through and we finished. And I'm so graciously honored to be part of the Ducks Foundation team and very honored to have met and grown so much friendship and as a second family with them. It was
Awesome.
a memorable moment.
that's awesome, and that makes me think of a something I wanted to ask you. How is the how has it been with your teammates? How is that friendship? Has it grown over the years? What's it like to have friends that love running with you?
I'll start with it. It's incredible. I think what makes a team special is you'll always have someone to run with year round. Um, I was just this weekend, for example, go look on Instagram and this team is running together. So that's what makes this team special is everyone seems to find a group and they stay in touch with each other all year round. And it's awesome. And some of my best friends I have met are part of this team. And it's great to always have someone to go run with.
Awesome. I agree. I mean, I think that would be. I think you would build up a lot of camaraderie going through such a hard physical task. So, yeah. Well, how about you, Eric? The question
Yeah.
was. Okay.
So I mean, no, I mean, like Mike, like what Hannah has been saying. I mean, I've been on many teams throughout. Not just with Doug Lee Foundation for Autism. I've been on high school teams, and the team that I was on this past year. I Yes, it was a team, but I felt that it was like family. I mean, I felt that no matter what, that they were there. Like for if I was struggling, let's say, or Mike was struggling, or they were going to be there to push us through. Or if it was like really cold that day, everyone was still out there, and we all had to still a great attitude. Just being out, knowing that the weather was horrible, just was so.
Yeah, I get it. I think with Flutie with the music, with the stars program for the music, it feels like family too.
Yep.
I don't know if how it feels for you, Scott and Hannah, but I agree with that sentiment.
Well, I'm still developing my family with the golf community because I've only met them once. But
Yeah,
honestly, through some of the music community and sharing film, I feel connected with you, Sierra, Jake. Like we've all built up kind of a small group there, and you guys have accepted me, so that feels amazing too.
yeah, definitely been great. How about you, Hannah? How do you feel about that subject?
It's amazing of how to connect and to bond together as friendships throughout the whole running, and you can catch up and hang out as more after from doing marathons or just to do anything in general. Being part of like a team can be your second family, and you can always have each other no matter what. Stay in touch, do anything besides running if you want, but always have the bonds together no matter what forever is very special. And having runs to go quick as a buddy, it goes by quick. And just to socialize to each other while we run or just do any other types of events, activities too.
Yep.
I admire you for being able to socialize while you run, because I think I'd be too busy trying to breathe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now, now
oh,
during the marathon, are you mostly running solo at times, or do you run as a group, or like team up with one of your other runners? Like, how's that work?
So through
Uh,
the training seasons, we've been up and about of like running together with some of us, or running with other teammates or other charity teammates from other groups itself through the Ferry 26.2 group with John Ferry, who is the coach that coached us through the training season. But it's always nice to have someone to run next to because it goes by quick. And while you run by yourself, you just want to get done and everything. And having someone beside you just makes it more fun and more thrilling too. And have music or something and just do a little dance or anything too.
Yeah.
What about for
Um,
you, Eric? Are you typically running solo or do you team up with someone?
The majority of my runs, I would say that I would run solo, but on my Wednesday runs, which was my Wednesday one was be in the Boston and the Commons, and John Fury, which Hannah was saying is the coach for all of the charity runners, and he would have us do like he'll repeats, and then so on Saturday mornings would be our like long run.
Mhm.
So it was so nice that not only would I be running with my family from Ducks Relief Foundation for Autism every Saturday, but I got to get to know a lot of other people, and I got to have a nice bond and run with some really nice, awesome people. So yeah, and I enjoy the communication and like the talking and yeah.
it's
And
great.
and then um, Eric, did you mostly run by yourself during the Boston Marathon or with someone?
Oh, Mike.
Well,
Yeah, Mike.
Right, sorry. I'm not the best with names in the beginning. I apologize.
I did most of my training with the group, with people. I'm more of a like to run with people than by myself. I tend to get really bored when I run by myself and uh, kind of go kind of crazy, like a lot of other runners do, especially when the distances get longer. So I ran with the person I got to run, fortunately, with for the Boston Marathon, which was an awesome experience. It's an experience that I'll never forget and won't take lightly. The training runs are awesome. Um, it was just a lot of fun, challenging, but I was glad to have the support of the group that I was running with to always encourage me to do my best and never give up.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
So, while we were talking about that, I was wondering, of a question. How do you get in the zone for a race? How do you get focused? What's the mental game that you have to do to pull this off?
Are you
So,
talking about before a race or after or
so,
during training?
Uh,
Preparing. Oh, like right before a race. Yeah.
yeah.
so mentally and physically before a race for like a marathon per se, I make sure to have like all the fluids, all the carbs of like the nutritious beforehand and everything to make sure I have the right running attire and everything. And mentally, like, I want to make sure that I don't go out too fast, make sure all the don't drink too much or drink with weather and everything. And just enjoy the experience with the whole racing and then like any type of races. Really, it all depends with the distance, but just make sure to have like all the nutritious or carbs or fluids too, because it's important to have all those too. And after races, for marathon, I just make sure to cover up like have I don't know burger and tea after after a long 6.2 miles or a hard tough day too. But mentally and physically, and just enjoy yourself throughout a race too. Pretty much.
Sure. Anyone else want to chime in on that?
Yeah, I'll chime in
yeah,
on that. The night before a race, I like to do a lot of the same things I do every single night before a race. So I try to keep that as normal as possible. So I will lay out all my clothes that I'll be wearing for the race. So everything's organized and it's ready to go. So all I have to do in the morning is just grab everything, put it in a bag, and go. And then leading up to the race, especially on the bus, I try to keep things loose and not get too serious about stuff. So don't want to get too tensed up. and just echo what Hannah was saying. Uh, Eat, get all your fluids in. But also, you don't want to try anything new on race day. So I tried to do a couple dress rehearsals, how I'm gonna, what I'm gonna wear, what I'm gonna eat leading up to race morning. So nothing is new, and everything seems to be the same on race morning as it was a couple weeks beforehand.
That makes a lot of sense. Oh, how about you, Eric?
Uh, yeah, can I chime in on that?
Of course.
Yes, so probably about I started like probably like few weeks out from like my marathon. Like I actually do a lot of like visualizing myself in that zone, like aka like in my kit or in my shoes I'm gonna wear, my socks I'm gonna wear. I visualize like, oh, I'm gonna run that pace. I visualize like, okay, I know I'm gonna be running those hills. Like I like know it's gonna start hurting. And then as far as like, and then probably like the day before, I kind of put all of like my clothes like on like my bed or the couch or something, just so I know it's nice and neat. And I get all my goo all set aside. And then I always do the same stuff for the marathon because I know it works. And like Hannah and Mike said, I never try anything different. Um, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, let's dive into what music is on your running playlist. By any chance, is Matthew Wilder's "Break My Stride" on that playlist?
Uh,
Yeah,
So,
I guess you Hannah, want to go with that?
oh, sure. So for running playlist, I'm like all like mix match of like combinations of anything. But if I'm with like a group of friends running, then I'll just like go free for all and like have someone have the music with them because I don't usually listen to music unless if I'm by myself, then I'll just have them go off and go ahead and choose the music what they want. But pretty much what I listen to is like any combination of like different genres pretty much to get me in like the zone of like running itself to help me push through each of the mileage too.
So maybe you'll pick like a I don't know, like a hype playlist or something. Just
Yeah.
something that okay, yeah, I get it. Eric, how about you?
I I know I'm gonna sound kind of weird, but I guess there is no such thing as weird. But I'm one of those people that I don't listen to music when I race or run. I'm kind of one of those people that have always been taught to not listen to music, listen to like my feelings in my body. So I kind of like listen to like my body, and I kind of like listening to like the birds and like everything around me, you know?
Oh
But
yeah.
on the other hand, leading up to the race, I always have like a go-to song that, or like songs that I'll just keep like repeating in my head. So sometimes during the race, I'll actually play that. Not, I mean, I'll play that song in my head, but not like actually. No, I won't actually have music. You know.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's
That makes
Awesome.
interesting.
sense.
Honestly, I'm very similar when it comes to when I ski or golf. I hate
Mhm.
listening to music. Like a lot of people around me like music, but I prefer hearing the nature around me or the carving of my skis, the wilderness, the wind.
Mhm.
I just like being present in nature and focused on that than be tuning out with music personally. What about you, Mike?
I like to listen to um, fast beat songs, so I really don't listen to the words. I couldn't even tell you what the words are even about. So it's quite funny. So the song's always on repeat. So once I find a certain rhythm I like, it keeps me going through shorter runs, and then on longer runs, when I'm running with people, I don't listen to music at all.
So I got a mixture of everything here.
Yep.
It's interesting.
Jennifer, what kind of music do you listen to hype you up?
I listen to my own songs a lot.
Oh, nice.
Because I like to write music that I want to hear. And if
Right.
I can't find that out in the world, then I'll write it. So I guess that's my answer.
Yeah.
How about you, Scott?
I like listening to music that I can picture myself editing videos to in my
That's cool.
filmmaking. And then I don't like house, like intense electronic music, but I do like the kind of chill EDM music, like atmospheric almost. That kind of stuff really catches
Oh,
my attention.
yeah. Nice.
Yep. And my bigger genre is anything but country, but
Hey!
so but that's me.
Oh,
I do like Johnny Cash.
yeah, he's a classic.
Yeah.
I have a question for everyone. What is one of your most memorable moments in your career, your running
I guess
career?
I'll get
My
Mm.
I'll guess
moment for this running crew throughout Boston was to being part of like and chosen to be the captain for the Duck Fleet Junior Foundation team and being part of like the second family and creating the bond that we've always had, but creating more friendships that we've met through the beginning of training and cherishing each of the mileage of training and the drill conquering through of the dreading heat weather of the marathon too. I thought it was pretty special of how everyone got through each of the miles through the start and finish too. It's an honor through how everyone grown through beginning until now.
Congrats on being the captain this year. That's awesome.
That
Thank
is
you.
Yeah. How about you, Eric? Your most memorable moment in your running
Is
career?
is that like all time or is that
Sure.
like
Yeah.
Boston?
All
it,
time.
yeah.
Okay. Because like it's I love the Boston Marathon, but like when I think of like my career in marathon running, I ran my all-time best at the Chicago Marathon. So in that minutes in probably 2016, I ran my all-time best. I ran at 349.
Wow.
So, but on the other hand, meeting running with the Dutch Flutie Foundation for Autism the last 4 years has been some of the greatest moments of my life. It's opportunity, I mean,
Yeah.
I say that it's something that it's I know I was chosen, but it's something I'll never forget. It's something that it's with the greatest gift that I've been given.
Oh, I like that. That's great.
Mm, mm.
Yeah. Mike, do you have a most memorable moment in your running career?
yeah, I think it would be my first marathon that I ever run, which is Boston 2019. It was a struggle. I really didn't know what I was doing throughout training. So it was just really cool to cross the finish line and to persevere through all the tough times throughout that training block because it was a very difficult training block. Um, so I would have to say that was my most memorable marathon moment.
Awesome.
Awesome.
And then what future goals might you have for running? Are there any specific marathons you want to run in the future? How about you, Eric?
Yeah. As far as like my goals, my goal is to run all six of the majors, which is like you got New York, you got Chicago and Boston, and then Tokyo, Berlin, and London. And I've run three of the six. So my goal is in the next 2 to 3 years to run all six of those all six of those. So that'll be a huge goal of mine.
Wow, would you run them all in the same year?
Well, I have to run another. I have to run London, Tokyo, and NYC. So I mean, if it's possible, yeah. But I mean, I would say probably over like a 2 to 3 year
Yeah,
period. Yeah.
that's cool though. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, what are your goals? What marathons do you want to run in the future?
I might stay to Boston with Boston. I'm from Hopkinton where it starts, so that marathon is kind of really special for me. I might start looking at different half marathons around the country. I've decided that's like my go-to distance at the moment right now. So I have to look into see what other half marathons are out there that I just don't know about that are just as good as uh, Boston but shorter distances.
Yep. And you, Hannah?
Well, we'll see what's in store for me. I defer for Berlin for this year, so we'll see if I'll be up for it. And if not, then I can always do like half marathons, as Mike said, for short distance and everything. But I do would like to do like the London Marathon for a goal too, and Berlin. But we'll see what's in stores in my future of running career. I'll just keep on running and just enjoy the halves or 10Ks or any type of marathons or races itself too.
Excellent. Um, I have a question that we kind of talked about it in already in bits and pieces, but um, how has the Flea Foundation helped you in your running career?
So the Fluid Foundation helped me to shape of from the beginning how I first met each of every one of you guys till now. I thought that I've grown out of my comfort zone and really grasped to like where I want to be more confident, more fearless, more resilient too.
Yeah, I think that's yes. I hear you. How about you, Eric?
Yes, thank you for asking. I feel that they gave me that voice, and they gave me confidence. They gave me confidence in myself that I can do anything. And I also, like, in the last 4 years having autism, it's the first time that I say family, that it doesn't matter that who what if you is. And I remember that my dad was on the phone call with Nick, and he told my dad, he's like, will you son give like me like 150, and it's like 100%, you know. So that's like my point is like, it doesn't matter, I'll still give like 100%, you know, even no matter what, you know.
Mhm. And how about you, Mike?
So the question was, how has the Flutie Foundation helped you in your running career?
Oh yeah, they've helped me a lot. Before I was them, I was shy, and now I'm not shy. So I am. They've let me opened up to become who I am today, make a lot of friends running. So without them, I don't think I'd be the person I am today. 'Cause I was very shy, and now I'm a chatterbox who won't be quiet, and my confidence is up.
I love that. I agree. I was already coming out. For me, the Flutie Foundation has helped me. I was already coming out of my comfort zone little by little, but now I've just like jumped all the way out, and
Yeah.
here I am. So I understand what you all mean, because I feel like when you're doing what you love with other autistic friends that do what you love, it really helps you have confidence and just like feel comfortable and safe in your community, and I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, it lets you know that you're not alone with autism and that we can live fulfilling lives and
Yeah.
just there's things about autism that are pros that I think the Flutie Foundation helps just emphasize and helps us grow. So,
Good.
yeah. Um, Going back to running, what is your favorite comfort food after a race? Do you really eat lots of carbs before and after a race?
So before race, I should have like a plain bagel with peanut butter before a marathon per se, or half. And then afterwards, I just chow down to like anything really. I could eat like horse or anything.
Mhm.
Um, I could crave for like a burger or anything afterwards of burning so many of that calories.
Yeah, I can see how that would make you very hungry.
What about you, Mike?
I like to eat a lot of different stuff. Uh, it depends. After long races, I tend not to eat, but my go-to, like after hours, I like the old, good old strawberry sandwich. Couldn't tell you why, but it just tastes good after a race.
Hopefully, at the Flutie Foundation sponsor, Jersey Mike's.
Yes.
Oh, and then Jersey Mike's. Yeah, that too. You could always throw down a number 13. I actually just had one today. So it was
That's
really good.
awesome.
It's gonna be my lunch tomorrow. So
Awesome.
uh, oh, yeah, gotta love Jersey Mike's.
Shout out Jersey
Shout
Mike's.
out
Yeah.
Jersey Mike's.
How are you, Eric?
Okay, so I I eat pretty like I'm pretty much like a ritual. Like I usually eat the same thing for half marathons or marathons or any kind of race, and I'll do the same. If I mean, like, if it's like a banana or like a plain bagel with just like some honey on it, but I usually have to do that like an hour or two. But then as far as my go-to yummy food for after, like if any one of my friends or family knows me, they know that my go-to food, I'm a master. Like I could eat a whole box of cookies on one setting after a race, you know? Or after like a long run or like that too, you know.
Yeah. I would probably be eating like a whole large pizza. I think if I did run a race, that would be my go to.
Yeah, large pizza would be delicious.
Yes. Scott, what other questions do we have for them? Oh.
Let's move aside from running and just what are some of your hobbies besides running?
Yeah.
What do you like to do?
I just like to hang out with like friends and my family. I like to go to the Cape during the summertime with my family and enjoy the nice setting of the beach, of the sunset, and just enjoy being out and being alive. It's positive.
That's great. How about you, Mike?
Um, I like to go camping. I'm an outdoors guy, so I like to spend as much time in the outdoors as possible.
Awesome.
Hiking, biking, all sorts of different things. And then, of course, I'm a huge sports fan, so you can find me watching golf, hockey, any sport that's on, chess, cornhole, that's on ESPN now. Anything with sports. If you
Yeah.
want to call poker a sport too, we can. I watch poker. I watch anything that's, I just like the compete level of stuff.
Yeah,
It's just really cool.
that's great. Yeah, so you like competitive things and outdoorsy things.
Yeah, and then also I'm love to play games. Huge board game family. We
What's your
like to
favorite
play
board game?
dominoes. Actually, is that kind of the
Really?
board game?
Yeah.
Dominoes. Yeah, with the yeah.
Wow, that's cool. You got a lot of hobbies. Eric, do you have any hobbies besides running?
Yeah, thank you. I love doing triathlons. I like one of my huge passions is I love swimming. I love biking. And something I also love, which helps my anxiety, is I started actually coloring, which I
Mhm.
love.
Yeah.
I love just going out for like long walks or listening to music, watching like sports on TV. No,
Yep. Jen, what are your hobbies?
My hobbies are, hmm, besides making music, right?
Yeah.
It would have to be besides that. I just I like playing video games. My 7-year-old friend from church just taught me how to play Fortnite, so that's kind of funny. Like, and I really I like coloring too, like arts and crafts types things. I would say. How about you, Scott?
I like golfing, skiing, um, watching sports on TV, although my Denver Nuggets just lost last night, so that was
Oh
very sad.
no.
And then coloring's also up there. I have a lot of those like adult coloring books, or I have this Connect the Dot book that has like 3,000 dots per thing, and you draw out constellations.
That's
Um,
cool.
and um, like obviously my main career is filmmaking, but I also love just photography and time lapse photography. It takes a lot of patience to do time lapse photography because you have to stand by your camera for hours on end sometimes. But just hearing the clicking of my camera is very soothing. And then seeing the result of the image when I get home makes it all worth it. So that's a big hobby of mine too.
Okay. I think.
I think we've covered a lot. Well, we have one call in today. Let's go ahead and bring Kate on.
Hello, Kate's in the house.
Hi.
Hi, Kate.
Kate,
Hi, it's Kate.
Hi,
hi Kate.
Kate.
Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. I'm Mike's girlfriend. I just wanted to say, go Dougie's team. It's very inspirational watching all of you run. Any events I've gone to, I just have to say it's all very so inspiring.
That's awesome. If are you a runner, or if not, what is something that you do for a career?
Yeah, so I'm not a runner, but I am a team trainer at Whole Foods. So I'm training people a lot. So that's my kind of training.
Awesome.
Okay, that's awesome. So you must be good at motivating people.
Yeah,
You,
I would think so.
that's cool. Oh, well, it's great to have you here.
Do you do any of the training for the Flutie Foundation?
I volunteer sometimes at events when I can, so it's nice to get out and support.
I hope I get to meet you. Are you gonna be at the Stars Festival in August?
I hope so. I went to the first one. It was so amazing.
I'd love to meet you. That would be great.
That me too. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Jennifer will be performing.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yep.
Great job.
thank you guys.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
You.
Bye.
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 Thank you so much.